Hello, investors and traders, and welcome to the weekly market report with the market guys. I'm AJ Monty. This is a one-year daily candle chart of the Russell 2000 index, ticker symbol RUT, and I've left my lines on the chart from last week so we can take a look at how things worked out with regard to the forecast. And as I zoom in here, you'll see that my forecast was that we would move up in the Russell 2000 to test this resistance area, which was the high back here in December of last year. And then I said we would most likely pull back from that resistance point. Now, if you look at these candles right here, particularly for Friday and yesterday being Thursday, those are spinning tops. And when you see spinning tops after a long up leg, especially one that is as steep as this one, the spinning top is a sign of indecision, and it usually means that we're getting ready to pivot lower. So what I'm going to do is leave these lines in place because we did come up to resistance. We just haven't yet pulled back from that resistance. So I believe that we will do that next week, and I think you could see a pullback in all the major markets as well. If you look at the spiders, which is the S&P 500 ETF, you'll see my lines from last week again stating that I thought we would rally, especially early in the week, which we did. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday we rallied, and then we started seeing some red candles here Thursday and Friday. And what's really amazing is that I also forecasted a lower volume from the previous highs, and that's exactly what we got. So when you see a drop in volume on the way up, especially what we saw on Wednesday right here, let me zoom in a little bit more. The drop in volume here on this red candle tells us that the buyers are starting to move out of the market. And then Thursday and Friday, the red volume started to increase, and that tells us that the sellers are getting more motivated. So this is very interesting how the markets follow the technical signals so well. But we did break through that resistance area. I said we would test it. The test was that it broke out over that. Again, we are now looking at a possible pullback, just like what we saw in the Russell 2000. So my forecast is that next week we're going to start to pull back. This is a former resistance area that was broken. The resistance, once broken, now turns to support. So I do believe that we're going to pull back at least to this newly established support level and then test. I'm not going to say we're going to bounce because we have too many gaps below the market here that will draw us lower. And price gaps for the spiders, the diamonds, the Russell 2000 generally get filled about 80% of the time. For the Russell 2000, it's closer to 90%. So again, these gaps, I'll circle that right there for you, that gap will act as a magnet to eventually draw prices lower, and then once that gap fills, we can be on our way into the next move, whichever way that might be. Now, if we look at the diamonds, that's ticker symbol DIA, similar to what we saw in the spiders, I did say that we would rally up early in the week to break out over that resistance area right here. That's what I drew. I said that we would most likely break out over that. We did that. In fact, we gapped up over that, and then we continued higher. So my forecast for next week for the Dow is going to be very similar from what we saw in the S&P, whereby I believe we're going to see a pullback to the role reversal support area, which is now going to be from this high that we see on June 8th. That high was broken. Once resistance is broken, it then becomes support. It's a role reversal that takes place, so I think that we'll see that right there. Now, if we look at the VIX, ticker symbol VIX, my forecast was that we would bounce off of the VIX, and we haven't quite done that yet, but the interesting thing is we're still hovering around this 3-year low on the VIX. And I could lower that line right there so that we can connect more of those lows. If I take that low and connect it to the most recent low from Thursday, that's a better idea of where the support will be. I believe that the VIX will bounce up from that support level. If I go back and look at a weekly chart on this, you'll see that we are on 3-year lows. I mean, look at that. This is just an amazing display of how technical the markets really are. And whenever we get down to these lows, right around $10 to $12, that generally signals a market top. And with what's going on around the world, it just seems like our world is falling apart. I cannot imagine how the market can continue to rally when there's so much negative economic news and social news out there. I just don't understand how that would gain the confidence of investors, but it's a crazy world. And if the VIX is our only gauge at this point as a leading indicator, I'm going to bet that the VIX is going to rally because it's an oscillator. It'll go from 12 to 30, and the extreme moves, it'll go from 12 to 50 or higher. And the point is, when it's on the low, it means that investors are settled into their positions. They're not really selling. They're not even buying all that much. They're just kind of sitting on positions. And when the market gets complacent like that, it generally means a market top is starting to form, like I said before. Now, if you'd like to learn more about what we do at The Market Guys, just go to themarketguys.com. You can click on the video tab right there at the top of the page. It'll bring you to our video library. Each one of these videos are called market shots. And I mentioned the role reversal. That is one of the videos that you might want to pay very close attention to right there. Just scroll down the page. It's off to the left. Click on it. It's about a 7-minute video. You can play it over and over again and get that full understanding of what I'm talking about with regard to support and how it changes. And then on Monday, if you go to the Market Guys website, on the front page, you'll see as you scroll down a link to our next open house. Just scroll right down and the link will be posted here over the weekend on the bottom left-hand side. And all you have to do is register. It's free, and we'll have an action-packed hour on Monday from 8 to 9 where I'll actually analyze stocks. As you submit stock symbols, I'll give you my technical spin on them so that you can identify the risk points so that you're not subjecting yourself to unnecessary risk during these volatile times. So have a great weekend, and we'll speak with you soon. So long.
For almost 3 decades, AJ Monty has motivated audiences worldwide about creating personal wealth and winning in business. His time-tested risk management strategies focus on ideas that involve a keep-it-super-simple approach, also known as the KISS principle. These concepts have been delivered to people in over 16 countries around the world, reaching audiences in the millions. AJ is a best-selling author of 2 books, The Market Guy's 5 Points for Trading Success and Take Charge of Your Money Now, both of which have been featured on PBS Television, Fox Business News, ABC TV, as well as Sirius Money Radio. As a financial educator and consultant, he has worked with some of the most recognized names in the financial industry. Companies like Bank of America, Charles Schwab, E-Trade Financial, Scotiabank, and TD Ameritrade's Thinkorswim. If you have ever been challenged with having to make a tough decision regarding when to buy or sell a stock, then help is on the way. The Options Oracle and Equity Oracle Alert services are designed to help you make those tough decisions. AJ will not only help you find the best trade candidates, but he will also lay out the exit strategy for each position in an easy-to-understand format that anyone can follow.
Hi, my name is AJ Monty, Chief Market Strategist for The Market Guys. For almost 30 years, I've traded stocks, options, futures, and even currencies. I've traveled the world teaching people just like you how to profit in the market using time-tested strategies that focus on risk management. You see, the secret to making money in the market depends on your ability to limit losses when you're wrong. In other words, if you want to make a lot of money in the market, don't lose a lot of money in the market. Now that may sound funny, but it's true. Most investors are challenged with 2 questions. The first question is, how do you find a good stock? Well, the best way to find the right stock starts with eliminating all of the stocks you would not invest in. This process of elimination is called stock screening. And our services help you overcome the odds so you're putting your money where the money is going. We're simply following the trends. The second question most people ask of me is, when is it time to sell? Well, if you don't have an answer to this question, then you might find yourself in a position where you're holding on to your stocks when things go against you. This is the worst thing you could possibly do because I believe this is no longer a buy and hold market. It has evolved into a buy and protect market. Holding on and hoping for things to get better is not a strategy. In fact, Doing this will eventually lead you to a catastrophic loss, and you wouldn't want that. Our trade alert services help answer these two questions. Not only will I help you find the right trade candidate, but I'll also show you how to use the charts to manage risk. I don't use the charts to predict the future. I use them to protect the future. The charts tell me when it's time to get out as well as when it's time to get in. And that's what I'd like to teach you as well. We have two services, the Equity Oracle and the Options Oracle. The Equity Oracle is an alert service for traders who would like to trade only equities, whereas the Options Oracle is our premier alert service for both equity and option traders. Each alert is laid out in an easy-to-understand format that shows charts depicting entry and exit points. Risk management is our cornerstone of each service, so you don't have to struggle with the decision of when to get out, or when a trade goes against you, when should I take my loss. The strategy is to use the KISS principle, keeping it super simple. As a bonus, you'll have access to a live Q&A session as well, each and every month. This is where you can submit a stock symbol, and I will analyze these stocks while we discuss the best trading strategies for each position. And it gets better. In addition to the alert service and the live monthly Q&A sessions, we're also developing a member page that will include instructional videos about how to get the most out of our service. Without question, this is the best trade alert service available on the market, and we look forward to having you as our newest subscriber. Simply click on the link below to subscribe. It's easy. Once again, I'm AJ Monty, Chief Market Strategist for the Market Guys. Thanks for watching.
Enrolling in this service is easy. Simply click on the link below to subscribe, and your weekly alert will be delivered right to your email box. And if you act now, we will include AJ's best-selling book, The Market Guy's 5 Points for Trading Success. This is a first-time offer that will get you on the road to success and keep you there. Remember, if you continue to do what you've always done, things will never change. Positive results will only come after you've taken the first step in the right direction. We look forward to having you as our newest member.